Bully, that bully can't be found. I'm looking for that bully of the town. When I'm often setting round and round, every day I may be found. When I walk this levee ground, I'm looking for that bully of the town.
That recording was by Sid Harkreader and Grady Moore, two white hillbilly musicians from Tennessee, their version of I'm Looking for the Bully of the Town. It was made in 1927, by which time the song was over 30 years old. The story goes that in 1896, a sports writer and amateur guitarist, Charles E. Trevathan, was traveling by train to Chicago from San Francisco. To while away the journey, he entertained other passengers with some Negro melodies he'd picked up, including this one, which he probably heard at Babe Connor's notorious joint in St. Louis. Also on the train was a singer, May Irwin, with the company of her show, The Country Sport. She was fascinated by the song, and back east the following year introduced it in her new show, The Widow Jones. It was an outstanding success, with its narrative of the razor-toting black bully. This is her own recording, made in 1907.
That bully that's just come to town. He's down among the niggers, laying their bodies down. I'm looking for that bully and he must have found. I'm a Tennessee nigger and I don't allow no red-eyed river roustabout with me to raise a row. I'm looking for that bully and I'll make him bow. When I walk that levee round, 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 when I walk that levee round, 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 when I walk that levee round, I'm looking for that bully and he must have found. I shine down the street with my axe in my hand, just looking for that bully. I'll sweep and walk this land. I'm looking for that bully and he must have found. I take along my razor, I try to carve him deep. When I see that bully, I lay him down to sleep. I'm looking for that bully and I'll make him weep. When I walk that levee round, 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 when I walk that levee round, 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 when I walk that levee round, I'm looking for that bully and I must have found.
With their stereotypes of blacks, the words of May Irwin's bully song were characteristic of the songs of the period. But the tune was catchy, and it inspired a spate of bully songs, like "De Bully's Wedding Night" and "There's a Bully Gone to Rest." May Irwin's original song remained the most popular of them, and it was rapidly taken up by hillbilly singers and string bands, Gid Tanner's Skillet Lickers, for instance. Surprisingly, it was very popular with blacks too. A fragmentary version was recorded in Shreveport, Louisiana in 1940 for the Library of Congress by two troubadours, as they called themselves, Kid West, who played mandolin, and guitarist Joe Harris.
I'm looking for that bully, that bully in the town. Looking for that bully on the town. I'm looking for that bully can be found. I'm looking for that bully down. Looking for that bully on the town. There's a walk that old levee around. Where walk that levee around. Well,
When the Bully song was published, nearly 45 years before that recording was made, Kid West and Joe Harris were boys. At that time, coon songs were in vogue. The term may have referred to the minstrel tune of the 1830s, Old Zip Coon, or it may have been a slighting comparison with the white eyes, black face, and unpredictable behaviour of a raccoon. Be that as it may, over 600 coon songs were published, depicting blacks as violent and ostentatious, or lazy and irresponsible, or as lovable and childlike. Paul Allen's New Coon in Town of 1883 probably started the craze, and its theme of a strange black newcomer remained a favourite. It was the subject of Mysterious Coon, sung by the black entertainer Alec Johnson in Atlanta, Georgia. It told the story of a wealthy stranger who was brought up before the judge for alleged stealing. The song probably appealed because of the way the mysterious coon turns the tables, peeling off a $1,000 bill to pay a $100 fine and telling the judge to keep the change.
All the coons round Coontown was feeling mighty funny. A strange coon blowed in town, he had a terrible lot of money. He'd only been in town a week ago tomorrow. All the rest of the darkies is bowed their head in sorrow. There's some kind of mystery like into him. He's always dressed so neat and trim. He wears patent leather slippers, a high silk hat. He's got diamonds all over his silk cravat. He's got a face like a preacher, don't ever smile. He's always dressed in a gambler style. He ain't tipped his hat since he's been in town. And the doctors is all crazy and started mumbling around, saying, I wonder, what is that coon's game? The way he spends his money is a sin and a shame. Is he from Klondike or from Maine? That's what I'd like to know. I'm worried about him, I must admit, 'cause among the yellow gals, he's made an awful hit. I wonder what is that coon's game? Rides a wheel with a pearl and diamond setting, around no kind of game you can't ever see him betting. Each and every dog he had a mighty funny feeling. One went and told the police, I think that dog is stealing, so they arrested him on suspicion. About 9 one night, the darkies held a meeting for a great delight. Every darky was in court the next morning soon to see what they were going to do with this mysterious coon. $100 is what the judge said. The darky pulled a roll of money, big as your head. Then everybody in court began to look strange when he gave the judge $1,000, said keep the change. Put on his kid gloves and started toward the door. Then every darky in court began to mumble low, saying, I wonder, what is that coon's game? The way he spends his money is a sin and a shame. Is he from Klondike or from Maine? That's what I'd like to know. I'm worried about him, I must admit, 'cause among the yellow gals, he's made an awful hit. I wonder what is that coon's game?
Alec Johnson's accompanists on Mysterious Coon play havoc with the stereotypes that we may have of the kind of music played by blues musicians. For the violin was played by the blues singer Bo Carter. The guitarist was Joe McCoy, who later formed the Harlem Hamfats, and his brother Charlie McCoy, who accompanied such seminal bluesmen as Tommy Johnson and Ishman Bracey, played mandolin. The author of the song isn't known, though it may have been Chris Smith, since Alec Johnson also recorded Next Week Sometime by the entertainer Bert Williams and composer Smith. Chris Smith was born in Charleston, South Carolina in 1879. He started work in a bakery, but he was a natural wit and soon formed a vaudeville duet with another black youth, Elmer Bowman. In 1900, when he was just 21, he composed a comic song, Never Let the Same Bee Sting You Twice. It was recorded later by Richard Rabbit Brown, a black boatman from New Orleans, who seems to have regarded it as a serious piece of homespun philosophy.
I've been worried all the time. I never have been satisfied in mind. Life to me is a sad mistake. Me and my wife, we done separate. Each one have lovers that are kind and true. But I'm gonna tell you something that you all must do. I've been studying nearly all my life. It's the same bee that stung me from stinging me twice. Never let the same bee that stung you, never let it sting you twice. That's if you want to be happy. Keep up with this kind of life. Oh, when you're out upon your honeymoon, and your trouble and your sorrow goes in a balloon. Go out with a girl, but you must remember your wife. Never let the same bee that stung you sting you twice. They said that voice, you know, you don't succeed. You must always try again. Oh, but since I took my old girl back, she almost drove me to the pen. No matter what I would do or say, never goes my way. And I got so disgusted. Believe me, I was supposed to say, I'll never let the same bee that stung me, she'll never sting me twice. That's if you want to be happy. Keep up in this kind of life. When you're out upon your honeymoon, and your trouble and your sorrow go in a balloon. Go out with a girl, but you must remember your wife. Never let the damn bee that stung you sting you twice.
Richard Brown's folk version of Chris Smith's Never Let the Same Bee Sting You Twice. Smith went on to compose You're in the Right Church but the Wrong Pew, which was adapted by many black singers. He also wrote the well-known dance Ball in the Jack, and in 1912, with Elmer Bowman, I Got the Blues, one of the first songs to be published with blues in the title. Many of the songs of the period filtered through the black communities to be taken up by the songsters. It was customary in the South to identify an instrumentalist who did not sing as a musicianer, and one who also took vocals as a songster. Songsters prided themselves on the breadth and variety of their repertoires, and they were much in demand as local entertainers. They form a distinct generation, born in the decades that preceded the generation of blues singers. A number of songsters made records, and though they've been largely overlooked in favour of blues, they give us a picture of the songs popular at the turn of the century. Many preserved the old songs intact, but if they'd partially forgotten them, they made composite songs. So, Lil McClintock, a songster from Clinton, South Carolina, combined Thomas Allen's typical Southern plantation melody, Lindy Lou by the Watermelon Vine, published in 1904, with Jack Drisdane's sentimental song of 1905, Keep a Little Cozy Corner in Your Heart for Me, and with an unlikely fragment of an English music hall song, written coincidentally by another McClintock, C.W., in 1904, Everybody Works But Father. But the song that gave the medley its title, Don't Think I'm Santa Claus, written in the same year, was by a black composer, Irving Jones.
Please don't think it I'm Santa Claus, 'cause Christmas comes every day. You can hear them sleigh bells ringing now. Every time I turn around, it's the way. I think that I'm a human being. It's nothing but a fraud. 'Cause thought to bring you present every once in a while. Don't think I'm Santa Claus. Lindy, oh Lindy, you sweeter than sugar cane. Lindy, Lindy, say you'll be mine while the moon am a shining and my heart am a twining. Meet me, dear little Lindy, by the watermelon vine. Oh Lindy, Lindy, sweeter than sugar cane. Oh Lindy, Lindy, say you'll be mine while the moon am a shining and my heart am a twining. Meet me, dear little Lindy, by the watermelon vine. Now keep a little close to corner in your heart for me, heart for me. I'll be as good to you as anyone can be. Just wait and see. If you promise what I'll ask you, we'll both agree, both agree. Keep a little close to corner in your heart for me. Keep a little close to corner in your heart for me, heart for me. I'll be as good to you as anyone can be. Just wait and see. If you promise what I'll ask you, we'll both agree, both agree. Keep a little close to corner in your heart for me. It's Lindy, oh Lindy, you're sweeter than sugar cane. Lindy, Lindy, say you'll be mine while the moon am a shining and my heart am a twining. Meet me, dear little Lindy, by the watermelon vine. Now everybody wakes but father. He sits around all day with his feet up to the fire, smoking a pipe of clay. Mother takes in washing, so her sister and everybody wakes at our house that day. Old man, it's Lindy, oh Lindy, you're sweeter than sugar cane. Lindy, Lindy, say you'll be mine while the moon am a shining and my heart am a twining. Meet me, dear little Lindy, by the watermelon vine. Father went to work this morning at $1.50 a day. Done took his feet from the fire, done throwed his pipe away. Mother's quit taking and washing, so his sister and now everybody's taking vacation. Said the old man, it's Lindy, oh Lindy, sweeter than sugar cane. Lindy, Lindy, say you'll be mine while the moon am a shining and my heart am a twining. Meet me, dear little Lindy, by the watermelon vine.
Black composers like James Bland, Sam Lucas, Ernest Hogan, Cecil Mack, Chris Smith, and Ben Harney, who passed for white, all wrote coon and ragtime songs. Many found their way into the repertoires of the country songsters, but none seem to have been as popular as the songs of Irving Jones. Jones had a knack of being able to pick up black idioms and incorporate them authentically in his lyrics, so that eventually they were reabsorbed into popular usage. He was a stage performer himself, but he was unable to write music and reputedly lost a lot of songs to the Cuff Boys, white composers who pirated black songs and then published them. But he got others to write up his musical ideas, and as early as 1894 he'd published his Possamala Dance, a pun on Pasmala, and in 1897 he had a big hit with Take Your Clothes and Go. It inspired a rejoinder, which he also wrote, Let Me Bring My Clothes Back Home, which was collected in the Deep South only a few years later. Henry Thomas, known as Ragtime Texas, whose dance calls and quill playing we heard in a previous program, recorded part of it. But he bowdlerized the wife's declaration in the song, Honey, I'm tired of coon, I'm going to pass for white, to a rather meaningless, Honey, I'm done with beans, I'm going to pass for green.
When
Songsters were rarely literate, and they couldn't read music. To learn these songs, let alone adapt them, they had to have the time and the opportunity, which dances and barbecues seldom provided. One of the traditional centres for the exchange of musical ideas was the barber shop. Every black barber kept a guitar in the corner of his shop for the use of clients awaiting their turn. William Moore was a barber who was born in 1893 and raised at Tappahannock on the James River, Virginia. A versatile musician who played guitar, fiddle and piano, he also farmed and ran a barber shop at Tappahannock and another at Warsaw. He was in demand to play at local dances, and this is reflected in the strong dance rhythm of his recording of Ragtime, Millionaire. It was another Irving Jones song, composed in 1900. William Moore kept the irony of the man who claimed to be more popular than the man in the president's chair. But he updated the song with fantasies of Henry Ford, giving him a brand new Model T. He incorporated a few words from another Irving Jones song, My Money Never Runs Out. Every tooth in my head is solid gold, makes these boys look icy cold. I brush my teeth with diamond dust, and I don't care if the bank would bust. All you little people, take your hats off to me, 'cause I'm the Ragtime Millionaire.
I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a ragtime millionaire. All little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire. Mr. Henry's gonna send me a 40 mark. Everybody else is gonna take my dust. Gonna put a little sign on it in godly trust. I don't mean to have no fuss. All you little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire. I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a ragtime millionaire. All you little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire. Some of the boys say that I'm gonna be late. No, if you please, I got a 28. Some boys say they're gonna catch me at last, but all I got to do is just step on the gas. All you little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire. I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a ragtime millionaire. All you little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire. Gonna take my city to a ball tonight. Make those boys treat her right. Keep her out about half the night. I don't mean to have no fight. All you little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire. I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a ragtime millionaire. All you little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire. Every tooth in my head is solid gold. Make those boys look icy cold. I brush my teeth with diamond dust, and I don't care if the bank would bust. All you little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire. I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a rag, I'm a ragtime millionaire. All you little people take your hat off to me because I'm a ragtime millionaire.
Irving Jones's Ragtime Millionaire, played by William Moore. Why did black composers write coon songs? Why did the songsters learn them and remember them for so long afterwards? And why were they so popular with black audiences? These are questions that are not easily answered, but I believe that the composers chose to work in the popular idiom of the day, and that the best of them, like Chris Smith or Irving Jones, subtly deflected their emphasis. By sharing the jokes in the coon songs, they defused them, and by writing them better, they established a foothold for the black songwriters. The songsters and their audiences were first of all attracted by the fact that many had good tunes, but they enjoyed the humour and the irony of the lyrics. Though I have been unable to trace its composer's name, the travelling coon is one of the most widespread of these songs. The travelling coon is a trickster, a super black, who outmanoeuvres or outwits his opponents. When he dives off the Titanic, he's dismissed as an idiot, but when the ship strikes the iceberg, he's shooting craps in Liverpool. My last record is a version of this by Luke Jordan, a songster and odd job man from Appomattox, Virginia. In his version, the travelling coon is sentenced to be hung, but as the spectators pray, he shoots up in the air and escapes. Audiences identified with the cunning hero. It's probably no accident that he's a travelling coon at the beginning of the song, but a travelling man at the end.
Folks, let me tell you about a traveling coon. His home was down in Tennessee. He made his living stealing people chicken and everything he'd seen. Policeman got straight behind his coon and it certainly made him take the road. There never was a patch to say to run so fast that Shine didn't get on board. He was a traveling man. He was a traveling man. He was a traveling man. Finest was in the land. He was a traveling man. He's north for miles around. He never gave up, no, he wouldn't give up till the police shot him down. He sent a traveling coon to spring one day to fetch a pail of water. I think the distance from the house was spring. 16 miles and a quarter. The coon went down and got the water all right. Come back, thumbed toe and fell down. He run back home and got another pail before the water force hit the ground. He was a traveling man. He was a traveling man. He was a traveling man. Fires was in the land. He was a traveling man. He was north for miles around. He never gave up, no, he wouldn't give up till the police shot him down. The traveling coon thought it hobo Titanic just beside the ocean blue. He saw that iceberg coming right off the Titanic. He flew. All the passengers got to stay on the ship and said, I ain't that shine a fool. But when that iceberg struck the Titanic, she flew crap in Liverpool. He was a traveling man. He was a traveling man. He was a traveling man. Finance was in the land. He was a traveling man. He was known for miles around. He never gave up, no, he wouldn't give up till the police shot him down. They caught this traveling coon at last and suddenly he hung one day. All the Germans asked to shine, what you have to say? He begged all the Germans, will y'all all bow down in prayer? He crossed his legs and he winked one eye, he went straight up to the air. He was a traveling man. He was a traveling man. He was a traveling man. Fines was in the land. He was a traveling man. He was known for miles around. He never gave up. He wouldn't give up till the police shot him down.